Matt? You've been in there a long time. Are you okay? It's time to board.
Oh, sorry, Jan. I'll be out in a minute.
Hurry up! Matt? Since we arrived at Mexico Airport, you ran to the toilet again. Are you ill or something?
No. It was the ice cream I ate on the plane. It upset my stomach. I'll only be another 10 minutes or so. Just wait a minute, please.
Okay, I'll be here. Matt? Are you sure you're okay? You rushed to the toilet again when we were about to leave the hotel. And last night you seemed uneasy. Are you sure you're not sick?
To be honest, I'm a bit off. Yesterday was the first time I'd been on a plane for ages, and not to mention that we're abroad. I guess I'm a little more nervous than I thought I'd be. You studied abroad and can speak Spanish, so it must be easy for you. I was born and raised in Kansas, and I've never been abroad, so please don't expect me to be as chill as you are.
I don't expect you to be at my level or anything. You're the one that said that going abroad was fine because I can translate for you. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. How long will you be this time?
About 1 hour. Please wait for me.
What? 1 hour?
I need to call home and let them know that I arrived.
I already told them for you.
Yeah, I know. But I remember that they asked me to get in touch, too.
Really?
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking earlier. Anyway. My mom loves to talk for ages on the phone, so I think it'll be about 1 hour before she lets me go.
Rachel really doesn't let anyone go once you start a call with her. She just goes on and on.
I think after I call her once, she won't bother us for the rest of our honeymoon. So, do you mind if I call her?
I guess. I'll be in the hotel cafe. Let me know when you finish the call.
Okay. Sorry about this.
What the heck, Matt? It's been 2 hours already! I know that Rachel likes to talk for a long time, but 1 hour was more than enough. We have to go to the next place. You do realize that our day of sightseeing will be ruined if we don't leave soon?
I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you.
What happened?
Mom was rushed to hospital.
What?
Please go on with the rest of the honeymoon without me. Have a good time.
Wait! You have to explain a bit more than that. You called Rachel earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. When we were talking, she seemed to come down with something. There was a loud noise for a while from her end, and I waited to find out what it was. That's when I heard the ambulance sirens.
Ambulance?
Dad got on the phone when he realized I was still on the other end. He explained the situation to me.
I hope she's all right. If that's happened, then I think I should go back with you.
You don't have to.
Why wouldn't I?
It's a huge waste of money if we both miss out on the honeymoon. You should go on with all the activities just as planned.
The money doesn't matter though, does it?
I'm sorry. I've messed up. I'm already boarding the airplane for home, but I only paid for my flight.
What?
I only did it because I got a good deal on the ticket. So please, have a good time on the rest of the holiday.
Wait! I can't just have a honeymoon without my husband. That's not how it works.
You'll be fine by yourself. You went to study abroad alone.
That's not the problem.
Well, I'm off.
I can totally understand being worried about Rachel, but leaving your wife by herself in a different country and flying home is a different story. What do you think you're doing? And it's not like I'm not worried about Rachel either.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to listen to your complaints at the moment. I'm going to switch my phone off now.
Wait! Matt!
Jen! Where are you now?
What? Rachel?
I'm at Mexico City Airport at the moment.
Really? How?
This airport is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but...
I decided I'd also pop over.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry I didn't let you know. I thought you wouldn't mind if I joined your honeymoon, so I followed you here.
I don't... But... I don't know what to...
What's wrong? Are you okay? You're more surprised than I expected you to be.
Well... You were calling Matt for a couple of hours earlier, weren't you?
What? No! Recently, I've been trying to avoid bothering people so much with long phone calls. You're the one that told me some people might get annoyed by such long calls in the era of text messages. I'm being careful because of that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. That said, though, well... Matt told me that you were taken to the hospital in an ambulance when he was on the phone with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Is this one of those memes that you kids like these days? Until just now, I was on the airplane. I only just arrived here in Mexico.
Is that so?
I don't mean to be rude, but won't you come and meet me at the airport? Actually, don't worry. I should be able to find the hotel by myself. I won't get in the way of your evenings. They're precious on a honeymoon. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, but I have a list of things the size of a mountain that I need to sort out.
Really?
Matt went back to Kansas by himself.
What? Why?
That's what I was talking about earlier. He told me that you had an accident when he was on the phone with you, and you were rushed off in an ambulance.
What was he on about? All I told him to do was message me when you arrived in Mexico.
Really?
What is he doing?
Anyway, I'll come and pick you up now. Please lend me an ear. I'm so confused.
Of course. We've clearly got some things to clear up. Jen, how's it over there?
Oh, hey, Matt.
The single girl honeymoon must be fun, right?
Yeah. Even if you did leave me alone.
Why do you have to talk to me like that? Is something still up? I couldn't help going home. My mom was rushed to hospital.
And how is Rachel now?
Oh yeah, well, it wasn't a big deal. It seems like she collapsed due to her anemia. She's been as active as ever since she got home.
Is that right?
Yeah. It seems like everything was exaggerated a bit. I gave her a right earful about having to leave the honeymoon early. She's by my side now, mulling over what happened.
I don't know how that's possible. Rachel is here with me.
What?
She's not a twin, is she? So how can she be here and there? It seems a bit fishy, doesn't it?
Whoa, wait. What do you mean she's with you? That's totally impossible.
Well, yeah. I guess it wouldn't be normally. She wanted to come with us on our honeymoon, so bought a ticket and is here now.
I don't understand.
Of course, she knew it's not normal for a parent to go on their kid's honeymoon, but she really wanted to come. She teared up when she was explaining it to me. She said sorry for coming so many times. But to be honest, I love Rachel, so I don't care. She's as adorable as ever.
No, she's not being adorable. You two were fighting before, weren't you?
No, I love her.
What? But she's always complaining to you.
They aren't complaints. She was giving me advice.
Advice?
Did you know she grew up really well off? You must. She is your mom, after all. And I'm not from the same background, but Rachel is helping me understand her world because sometimes I make blunders with etiquette. There are things that surprise me. So I told her that I wanted her to teach me about the world, from one woman to another.
What?
Rachel agreed to help me. If I mess up, she listens to me and tells me how to do it properly.
Are you telling me that you and my mom are good friends?
Yeah, of course. We get on really well. So, I think that this lie about her being rushed off in an ambulance has gone on long enough, don't you think?
Well,
Why don't we start talking about the truth of what really happened?
the truth?
Where are you?
Uh,
I asked Steve if you were at home, just to check, and he said there's been no sign of you. So, where on earth are you? And what are you doing?
well,
Don't be shy. I've already done a bit of research.
Really?
You really did go back to Kansas, didn't you? The person you're with now is that new woman in your office. Katie Mackenzie, 23 years old.
What?
Katie kept on telling you that going abroad was scary and that staying in America would be better. She made you decide which of us is more important to you, didn't she? You ended up coming on the holiday because you didn't know what to do. You thought that Rachel and I don't get on, so you lied about her having an accident so you could go home alone as you'd planned. You met Katie at the airport when you got back to carry on your affair. Now you're living it up on a secret getaway to Miami with her. So all of those times you complained about needing the toilet when we were together, you were really just staying in contact with Katie.
That's a lie. Why do you think that?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. There are detectives in my family. And I worked as an investigator before we got married.
Oh my god.
But there was the problem of me being in Mexico. I asked my dad if he could help out, and he got one of his investigator friends to do a bit of research for me. They looked into what you'd been up to and where, and managed to find you'd been meeting Katie for you-know-what all this time.
I don't believe it.
They're pros! But to be honest, it wasn't that hard considering Katie posts a lot of pictures on social media. She doesn't seem so bothered about being part of the affair.
Damn it.
And with that, I'm back!
What do you mean?
I came home a day early. The locksmith that Steve uses said he'd be able to come round first thing in the morning. Once he's changed the locks, you won't be able to get back in the house.
You're kidding, right?
Matt!
Mom?
You little... Just as you managed to find and marry such a wonderful girl as Jen, you choose to go off and... Do you have no shame?
Well, Mom. Don't worry. Katie is also a great woman.
How dare you! Jen is the best!
Well, I think you'll like Katie as well.
I don't want to hear anything about you not wanting to be with Jen.
Mom?
I've made up my mind about this quite firmly. You remember your inheritance? The $3 million your father and I have managed to save. Well, when we pass, it's going to Jen.
What?
I went to an inheritance lawyer and I'm getting my will changed.
Mom, how could you do this? You said that you'd give us that money to build the house of our dreams.
I'm disowning you. From now on, you aren't welcome in my house.
You can't be serious.
And with that, Matt was disowned by Steve and Rachel. Rumors about Katie and Matt's relationship were getting around. I guess he was just optimistic nothing bad would happen to him. After that, Steve and Rachel took my side straight away with the divorce. Even though we were only going out for a year, there was still a proper divorce settlement. And because he'd been unfaithful, I was paid a little more than what would be typical. Matt and Katie got in a huge amount of trouble for what happened, and they were both fired. It seems that they've both found it hard to find jobs now, and they're struggling to put food on the table. And do you know how I found all this out? Through Rachel, who I often go to lunch dates with. I'm hoping that I can stay friends with that lovely woman forever. Iris, did you finish the work that I gave you? You better have, or you'll be fired. You old grandma.
Hi, Karen. I'm sorry. What was it that you asked me to do?
Are you serious? I guess it's true that once you turn 65, your memory deteriorates significantly. I told you to go clean the office kitchen. Have you forgotten already?
Isn't it your job to clean up the office kitchen this week? I thought I said that to you earlier when you asked me.
No! My job is your job.
I'm not sure if I follow what you are saying.
I don't expect an old grandma like you to understand how this works. Why did the company hire an old, useless person like you in the first place? Starting a new job at the age of 65 is such a joke. You shouldn't even bother applying for jobs.
I know that my age bothers you, Karen. Especially since I'm new, and I'm 40 years older than you.
Yeah, I can't believe I have to babysit someone who is older than my parents. What is wrong with this company?
That is just how it is sometimes. But I think there is a misunderstanding. You are not my supervisor or anything, Karen.
Misunderstanding? I joined the company before you did. So technically you do work for me.
It's true that you may have seniority over me, but that doesn't mean I work for you. Just think about what you're saying. You're being unreasonable.
Unreasonable? Clearly you don't understand. This is why companies shouldn't hire old grandmas like you. You can't even do your job without me.
What do you mean?
Old people like you just don't know how to use computers. That's why I always have to help you.
Well, I honestly don't recall you helping me at all.
You incompetent and forgetful sack of wrinkles. Just do as you're told. Or why don't you just quit already?
I don't have any problems with using the computer at work.
That's what you think. But that's not how I see it. Which is why I give you some of my tasks as well for practice. You should thank me.
I'm not following.
I'm saying that you don't know how to use the computer. So just do as I ask, okay? It's not like you're qualified to do anything else anyways.
Karen, you're being rude. And I was given my own tasks to do that keep me quite busy. You can't just push your work onto me.
I wasn't. I was showing you how to do your job. You should be grateful.
Grateful? I don't remember you showing me anything, as a matter of fact.
That's because you're old. And forgetful.
I'm just being honest.
I tried my best to teach you. But I guess you just don't see it that way.
Teaching? Yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about.
This is precisely why I hate dealing with old people like you. Have some respect for your supervisor. I showed you where everything was in the office, didn't I? You forgot about that too?
That I remember. But it was just that one time. Plus, I don't know if I would consider that as teaching.
How have you lived this long and not understood the meaning of that word? You lack basic common sense.
Is that right?
Whatever.
Anyway, what was it that you wanted to tell me?
I wasted a lot of my precious time showing you how to do things. So you'll have to pay me for my time.
What?
Just $500 for now is fine. You should be able to afford that, right?
Why do I have to pay you?
Because I taught you so many things. Education isn't free, you know. We're not living in communist Russia.
But anyway, training at this company is free. Why do I have to pay you?
Because you are incompetent. It's a hassle to teach someone like you. And stressful, too. But I still try regardless. So pay up. If you don't pay me by the next payday, I'll tell the CEO that you're a hopeless employee.
Are you threatening me?
That's what you get for starting a new job at the age of 65. You were probably so terrible at your previous job that you couldn't save up enough money to retire. That's why you have no choice but to work at your age.
Is that what you think of me? Well, I don't care about what you think, but I'm not paying you anything.
Aren't you stubborn? If you don't want to pay, then quit.
It's not like you're the one calling the shots around here.
Watch that mouth of yours. We don't need you here. If you were gone tomorrow, no one would even notice. So just quit already!
Well, I was hired as a board member, so...
What?
You really don't know, do you? Well, now you do. Maybe don't be so arrogant in the future.
What do you mean you were hired as a board member?
I retired from my previous company with a distinguished reputation. I wasn't a nobody like you carelessly assumed. Your CEO, Virginia, asked me personally to come join this company. So that's why I am here.
The CEO asked you personally?
I was originally looking forward to my retirement life. But working here has turned out to be pretty fun too.
I'm confused.
By the way, I worked in the IT industry for my entire career. So I think I know a thing or two about computers.
I'm not buying it. A grandma like you was hired as a board member? That is ridiculous.
The company asked me to join and to help them improve its operations. You call me old, but most of the board members are my age. The youngest one being in his 50s.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
You look down on me because I'm old. But actually, I'm not just older than you. I'm also your boss. Who's the one that doesn't have common sense?
It's not about common sense. I didn't know, so it wasn't my fault.
Don't try to avoid the problem here. You really need to watch your manners when you talk to people. I'm 40 years older than you. You should at least have some respect for people that are significantly older than you.
But I thought you were just a part-time employee.
That is not an excuse. It doesn't matter what you think. You need to learn your business manners.
I have manners. I've been working here for 2 years already. I know what to say and what not to say.
So you thought you could get away with being rude to me? Just because you thought that I was a part-time employee?
That's how the world works. I thought it was finally my time. Well, I won't say that kind of stuff to you anymore. That is, if you really are a board member.
I see. So you change how you act based on the person's status.
No, I don't. That is not true at all.
It sure seems that way. You only respect me now because you know I am your boss. But before that, you looked down on me. Not to mention that you treated me terribly.
That's not true. This is just a misunderstanding. I think maybe I wasn't clear.
Looks like we need to properly train our employees.
What?
You've really helped me, though.
What are you talking about?
The reason why I was hired in the first place is to terminate employees like you, Karen, and to focus on employee training and development. So you are the perfect example.
What do you mean, employees like me? What are you trying to say?
Employees that lack skills in business etiquette.
What? Me?
Who else? I'm talking about you. I suspect that you may have also lied to the company.
What's with the accusation? What did I lie about?
The company hired you because of your Spanish skills, but you refused to go to the international department. Isn't that a bit weird?
What is so weird about that? I don't think it is weird at all. I just thought I was more suitable for the administration role.
Is that so? Well then, I'll make sure to transfer you to international sales.
What?
You can put your Spanish skills to good use there.
Wait, let's not make any rash decisions here.
Why is that? Don't tell me that you actually lied about your Spanish skills just to get into the company.
Of course not. It's just a bit sudden, that's all. Plus, I like working as an administrator.
It's not like you're doing your job anyway. You just throw your tasks onto other people, and then play on your phone all day. So basically, you're not working at all.
No, that's not true. You got it all wrong.
I've been observing you for the past month, but your messages today confirmed my analysis of you. No need to explain anymore.
What do you mean, analysis?
I still can't believe that you asked me to pay you.
Wait, you've misunderstood. That was just a joke.
A joke? Well, it seemed like a well-thought-out joke. I wouldn't be surprised if you tried that with other people.
Of course not. I wouldn't actually do such a thing.
Well, we will find out the truth about your Spanish skills when we transfer you to international sales.
Wait, what? If we find out that you don't have any Spanish skills, I'm afraid you will be forced to leave voluntarily. You mean I would have to quit? But I finally found a job. It's easy work and the environment is great. I don't want to quit. You are in this situation because of that attitude of yours. If you don't want to leave, then you better start doing your work. This is what you get for skipping your work duties. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Please forgive me. I don't want to get transferred to a different department. You don't have to worry if you actually have the skills. Skills? If you're not up for the task, then I'm afraid you're done at this company. Now you know what it's like to be on the other end. I look forward to your performance. Karen was bullying Iris because of her old age. She even went so far as to try and blackmail Iris, telling her she'd get her fired if she didn't pay her. However, Karen got herself in trouble, and she almost got fired herself. To be honest, Karen got off very lightly considering what she did. In the end, Karen was transferred to international sales, but as expected, she didn't have any Spanish skills. It was a big problem as she lied about her skills to get into the company. She was asked to either leave the company voluntarily or to work on improving her own skills. As a result, she started from the bottom and was given the most basic tasks and chores to do. She was also assigned to a new section with a very strict boss. Furthermore, she started taking Spanish lessons at her own expense. Karen was desperately trying to improve her Spanish skills and to prove herself at work. Iris was very pleased with her own contribution to the company. The company also praised Iris for her outstanding work. The employee training and development project will continue in the office. Iris is confident in her ability to bring good change to the company, namely to transform unmotivated employees to productive ones, which will then result in an overall increase in the company's performance.